Hey guys, we have war number 2 of season 48 here, and we're going to be bringing in Void, Hulk, and Kushala. A bunch of the fights are going to be Kushala, and then there's a Morbius boss who I'm going to take with Void, or with Hulk, and a couple of minis I'm going to take with Void. But first up is an easy fight here in Black Cat. I don't really want her to throw special ones, but she did throw one there, so purified most of my debuffs. She throws another one. I parry that and go in, and I'm not exactly sure how you turn her things into passives or active debuffs, but one way or the other, she went down pretty easily there. I play this war super sloppy in several fights, but do end up getting through more or less. But next up is an Odin. Shouldn't be much of a problem. I normally like to play Kushala with parry heavy, and then intercept. There, I just missed my intercept, and he whacked me a couple times. I tried to parry that last hit of the special one, missed. There, I tried to light intercept, missed, so I blocked, and it kind of just backfired. But now I have my special 2 debuff up, and lots of buffs on him. I might throw a special 1 to finish him off. I did get the parry on that, get my charges up, and I do heal most of that back. But he's got 14 passives on him right there, and he just falls down. Gonna cost some health potions for sure. This has been a little bit of an expensive war already, and don't see it getting any better because this tactic is pretty terrible. But I made the first war without dying. Hopefully I can get through this one without dying and cement a 20-0 record so far for the season. But next up we have a Mangog. Not too worried about it. Hopefully I get petrified early on, that way I don't have to worry about his power gain, which isn't much, but anything to keep him from throwing those extra specials is nice. Just doing 4-hit combos so he doesn't gain any more of his charges than necessary. I thought about just pushing him to special 2 here, but decided against it. He doesn't have enough of the charges to go unstoppable yet, and I figure once he does go unstoppable, I can just parry and it should be fine. He's going to be taking a lot of passive damage there. He's at 9 now. I do throw the special 1 there, just probably shouldn't have. I figured get in what damage I could before, and it did work out because it crit, so he went down easily enough. Next up we have a Hulkling. I like to take this Hulkling with Hulk and just stun lock him. It's a little bit dependent on if you get lucky with the Furies, but not normally, and this time I did decide to throw on an invulnerability boost. So throw that on. Now it doesn't really matter if I get lucky with the Furies because I can eat 3 special 3s, and he should not be able to survive for long enough to throw 3 special 3s. Haven't got a ton of Furies so far, so I'm gonna probably run out of time on my Furies before my special 1 finishes, or my special 1 stun lock. I only get 7. I go in, I do get an 8, throw my heavy attack to activate my furious mode, and I'll go ham on him now. I did let him get a few too many of his things, so he's indestructible for a lot of this, which is kind of annoying. I did shorten my combo there just to make sure that I could get a couple more hits in. And there, he didn't have any of his morph charges, but he was still ticking down. I'm not sure exactly why. There, I kind of got lucky that I didn't throw a special 3, but all that did was save me a few seconds in the fight, so it didn't really matter that much since I did have the invulnerability boost on. Next up, we're going to have another thing on node 37, I believe it is. I'm not really sure. Whichever the one it is with the personal space regen. But going in here with Void should not be an issue whatsoever. I just need to make sure I keep his indestructible off and block and hit his block as much as I can. Get him to 13 rock stacks before throwing my special one. That way it doesn't put him unstoppable. And just going at it here. I thought about throwing my special one there, but decided against it since he would not have the right amount of power, and then I messed up there anyways, so did end up messing up a little bit there, but I have a bunch of my prowess right now. I did get unlucky again with only getting one petrify until just about the end, but now I'm close to him. He has 5 regens on him. It should be pretty much game over now. Now what I want to do is stay as close as possible and parry as much as possible. That way those regens keep stacking up and he just keeps melting himself. But he does end up going down there in just over a minute. And I'll be taking a little bit of a different mini-boss on this other side. I haven't taken this right-hand side mini-boss very often, but I will be taking this Korg this time with Kushala. Kushala is really good for Korg, really good for about any cosmic champion. She just is a very potent attacker. And she's decent for this node because even if they shrug off the debuffs, or even if when he goes in his protection mode he shrugs off debuffs, a bunch of Kushala's debuffs are passive. So it's not that big of a deal. However, this fight will not go quite according to plan. It is a little bit sloppy, but Korg has such a low base attack that it doesn't matter that much if you mess up a little bit. Right there, I tried my light intercept, got smacked in the face, so I just want to break his rock shield before throwing a special one so it doesn't turn all those incinerates into rock stacks. And the special one knocks him down, so it gets the protection down. And right there I messed up. Tried to heavy attack after his special 2. There I threw my special 1 while he had his rock stacks up. Which also, I forgot that while he has power efficiency, he's immune to nullify. And I think I failed to realize that again here. So I did throw another special 1. From here, though, I think I did pay attention and decided that I'd just throw special 2s. Nope, I didn't. I threw another special 1. I was probably so confused what was going on here. I don't know why I can't pay attention, but I did throw a heavy attack there. I wasn't sure if her heavy attack would reflect damage with his rock stacks, but I figured it wouldn't be that much, so I just do it anyways. Right here, I do throw the special 2. Start to do a decent amount of soul barb damage, and then his protection comes back up, and I'm actually just noticing now that it doesn't look like it matters because his protection coming up didn't purify the debuff anyways, like I thought I remembered that node doing. Oh well. One way or the other, it went down without that much of an issue. I'm going to be using Kushala here again against this Maestro. I need to start taking that Killmonger. He's a bit of a problem fight, so I'll probably start taking that Killmonger in the future. And hopefully not give up as many deaths. But we did have mini-boss assignments back a couple of seasons ago. But after these new tactics got introduced, we started just kind of going for whatever since we aren't pushing a bunch of these wars. There, I don't really know what happened. I just got hit, and so I'll throw my heavy attack. I get the light intercept. Here with Maestro, you want to throw the special 2. That way you don't have to worry about his incinerate immunity. And he has his shock phase up. I'm taking a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot, so I'm not too worried about it. And then the important thing is just getting back to a special 2 here, getting another one of those soul barbs up, and watching him melt. The shock phase did come up again. I got a little bit lucky, and with those soul barbs, he fell down in like a half a second. He took so much damage there in his couple of ticks. I didn't actually see what the numbers were, but it was pretty impressive. I was just making sure Do Not Disturb was on, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But next up, we have this left-hand side. We're going to be taking Cersei and Shuri. And then we're going to be taking the Morbius boss. I thought about taking this right-hand side here, but I didn't bring a great counter for Onslaught. I thought about trying Kushala there, but I did decide against it in the end. This is a 7-star rank 2 Cersei, and I really don't have that much of an idea how Cersei works. Like, I know she gets glancing. I'm not really sure what it is that causes her to get glancing, but one way or the other, she should go down here. Those special ones, I can just block them if I want to, because Kushala blocks unblockable, and I did just parry that one there. I do need to make sure to keep my prowesses up. That way I can not worry about the indestructible. But there we go. I got a special 2 up with her having a bunch of buffs, so she's taking a bunch of damage now. Through another special 1, or a heavy attack, I mean. Pause my blessings. Through that, I think I finish it out with another special 2 here. I know she's taking enough damage where just the time of the special 2 would kill her from the previous soul barb, so the special 2 is mostly just to kill time there. Next up we have this Shuri. I like taking the Shuri with Venom, but I do not have Venom here, so I'm going to be taking it with Hulk, I believe. Excuse me. I do think about using a Gray boost. I do end up using the combat regen boost since I know I'm going to be using Hulk for the next fight anyways. And going here, I'm pretty confident evading Shuri's special 1, and I can evade her special 2 about 30% of the time. So I'm probably just going to be blocking, and then she she backstep intercepts me, whatever the heck you want to call that. It was not the most exciting thing in the world, but I do just fully dex her special 1 there. Keep her from hitting me with those prowess special attacks. I want to get to 15 Furies, let one of my physical vulnerabilities hit, and then throw my special 2, but I got too much power there, so she ended up eating all of my attacks. And I did end up eating a special 1 there, so I kind of got thrown off a little bit, decided I would just block it, and then instantly I go back into trying to dex it, so not that big of a deal. This is a rank 3 Shuri, so she's pretty chunky. There, my screen I just could not dash back. It would not let me dash back. Here I do opt to just block this special 2. I know I've taken a lot of damage this fight, and it'll cost a lot of potions to heal up next fight, but it doesn't matter that much as long as I get out of here with a solo. She did throw her heavy attack there, so she's going to be invisible for a bit, but I needed to bait a special anyways, so it was fine. I like to get her to about 9 of her charges and then block bait a heavy attack, but I kind of had into a block there, so it wasn't even feasible to do it. Do block another special 1 just to avoid the block damage here, and go ahead and invade another one. Here I want to get to my special 2, or special 3. I was wanting a physical vulnerability to trigger, just in case she did survive this and it didn't give her the special 3 physical vulnerability applied, but she did go down. I had to pop a bunch of health boosts, and I'm fighting a rank 3 Morbius here. First time I've ever fought a rank 3 Morbius boss. It's the first time I've fought Morbius in a long time, let alone rank 3. I do get a little potion here as well, but felt fairly confident in this. His special attacks aren't hard to evade. He does kind of freeze you in place sometimes, it feels like, when you go to evade the slide attack, whatever it's called, the Sonic Glide, but I did end up succeeding there. That wasn't 100% intentional, but I was kind of happy about it. His heavy attack bleeds are super weak, so I basically just have free willpower healing from that. But I want to get to a special 2 and throw it and get all my debuffs up, but I get unlucky with the Furies again and do end up just having to throw it and watch my debuffs fall off. This has not been a super lucky war for me here with Hulk, which is kind of disappointing, but sometimes you get lucky with them, sometimes not. There, I throw my striker. I figure I'll get my special 2 off with at least 13 of these, so I get most of my debuffs. He did glide there, but I did end up getting out of the way again. And now every one of my hits is doing essentially double damage. And he should melt pretty quickly here, especially with all those physical vulnerabilities that are also building up simultaneously. I'll pop another special 2 here and hope it finishes. It doesn't really matter if it does because it was a super simple fight, but that will be that for that war. We did end up winning. Did not give up any deaths, so that will put me 20-0 for this season. I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.